Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Amy here, and I am just ready for some Halloween fun. How about you? I am going to be reading a spooky story from our 5-minute spooky stories in my favorite Disney book. So here we go. Today I'll be reading Mickey and Friends Haunted Halloween. I am going to have a really terrific Halloween party tonight, Mickey Mouse thought. If I ever finish getting everything ready, that is. He tacked a fake cobweb to the wall and looked around his living room. Jack-o'-lanterns and ghosts stared back at him. Everything looks nice and spooky, he said. I bet Minnie will love it. Mickey glanced at the clock. Golly, he said, it's almost time for the party, and I haven't put my costume together. Mickey knew he had an old pirate costume packed away in the attic. He climbed up a creaky ladder and turned on the light. Now, where did I put that costume, Mickey wondered. Thunder crashed and lightning flashed across the sky. Suddenly, the attic light went out. Oh dear, he cried. It was very dark. He stumbled into a huge cobweb, a real one. Yikes, he said with a shudder. Oh no, there's the big cobweb. Mickey tried to feel his way through the attic. After a couple of minutes, the lights came back on. Thank goodness, Mickey said. He spotted the old trunk he'd been looking for. I'll bet my pirate costume is in there. Mickey took out the key he'd brought with him. He put it in the rusty old lock, turning it easily. Suddenly, he felt a tickle in his nose. Achoo! He sneezed. A cloud of dust surrounded his trunk. It looked kind of spooky as it swirled around. It's just the dust, Mickey said, reassuring himself. He lifted the lid of the trunk and a scary figure suddenly towered over him. Ah! Mickey shouted. Then he realized it was just the plastic decoration. Whew, he said, relieved. This skeleton will be perfect for my party. He rummaged through the trunk, and there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Look at that. I see some swords, maybe Captain Hook's hook, some pearls. Those are great costumes. Whoop. Meanwhile, in Mickey's backyard, Pluto chased a ball near the clothesline full of fresh laundry. As Pluto charged after it, one of the sheets hanging from the line came loose and fell on top of him. It covered him from head to tail. Just then, it began to rain. The wet sheet stuck to Pluto like glue. He shook and shook, but the sheet stayed put. Then he ran around the yard as fast as he could, trying to get it to fly off. It wouldn't budge. Oof! He barked in frustration. Look! I wonder if the sheet looks like something different. At that moment, Donald, Goofy, Minnie, and Daisy drove up to Mickey's house. They were all dressed in their Halloween costumes. Gosh, look at the lightning, Goofy exclaimed. It sure is a spooky night, Minnie said. Let's just run into the house, said Daisy. If we wait for Mickey to answer the door, our costumes will get soaked. Mickey, we're here, called Minnie when they entered the house. Where are you? But Mickey didn't answer. He was still upstairs. The storm was so loud he couldn't hear his friends. Boom went the thunder. Suddenly the lights went out again. Uh-oh, cried Donald. The friends stood in the dark for a moment. Thump, thump, thump. It sounded like something or someone was staggering around upstairs. What was that? Daisy asked with a gasp. Mickey? Minnie called. There was no answer. Did they look scared? Happy? Nervous? In the backyard, poor Pluto was still stuck under the sheet. He tried to feel his way toward the doggy door. Arr, arr, arr. What's that sound? Daisy whispered. Shh, Goofy whispered back. Just then, something white ran past the window. It's a ghost, cried Daisy. Mickey's friends were too scared to scream. That's not a ghost. That looks like Pluto. Up in the attic, Mickey lit a candle and changed into his pirate costume. Then, picking up the skeleton decoration, he slowly and carefully headed down the dark staircase. Mickey's friends heard a shuffling of feet and a rattling sound. They looked up to see the shadow of a horrible monster coming toward them. "Oh no!" Donald screamed as the others hid behind a chair. Is that Mickey or is it a monster? There's his friends. They look nervous. Donald dove onto the chair and hid under a pillow. The friends prepared for the worst. Suddenly, the lights came back on. "Hey, everybody," Mickey said. Mickey's friends stared at him in shock. "Oh, Mickey, it's just you," cried Minnie. "You really scared us." "We thought you were a ghost," Goofy exclaimed. "That's one scary costume," Donald said with a shiver. "Oh, I'm sorry, gang," Mickey said. "I didn't mean to scare you. I was just getting some finishing touches for the party." Daisy picked up a cupcake and began to munch on it. "Oh, don't worry, Mickey," she said. "This is the scariest, most exciting Halloween party ever. How did you do it?" "Gosh, Mickey, it sure is the best haunted house I ever been to," added Goofy. Haunted house?" said a puzzled Mickey, looking around. He had done a lot of decorating, but the house wasn't haunted. At least he didn't think it was. Just then, Pluto found his way in through the doggy door. He happily ran into the living room. Mickey and his friends looked up and saw a ghost. And boy, did that scream this time. "Oof!" cried Pluto. "Oh, Pluto, it's just you," said Mickey. "Hey, boy, you're all wet. Let's get you dried off." Mickey turned to his friends and grinned. "You're right. This has been the scariest Halloween ever." Well, that's all for today. I hope you guys liked that, and we just hope you and your family have a safe Halloween. All right? Thanks. We'll see you next time.